Hi everyone, how are y'all doing today? I hope you're doing well. Today's story is kind of a little another like a PSA, like literally, or not PSA, but I think it's like support and like, just like knowledge about addiction and stuff. Because I think you don't really understand how detrimental it can be, or you can't really fully understand it until you're in it. So yeah, we're already getting into it, bitch. I don't know. So whenever I started college, so many people had a vape. So many people had a vape. I mean, that's like literally all people do is a vape, 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 vape. That's like the whole discussion of everything. Um, and I had gotten my own vape. It was lemon blueberry. It was like a bar. It was fine. I just didn't fully understand like the gig and the gag of it. Like I thought it like the flavors were fun. But I don't know, I didn't, like, love it, and it was just kinda like, ugh. I don't know, I didn't love it. But I would, like we'd go out or, like, we're just doing whatever, and we would just all just kind of, like, hit each other's vapes, and I thought it was fun and fresh. But, like, I would do that and just go on my merry way, like, I didn't think anything about it. And then fast forward to, you remember that greening out video? Fast forward to that time where I was like taking edibles, smoking weed, just like literally like it turned from such a good thing to such a bad thing because I was in such a bad place in my real life. Like everything got turned on its head and I had no idea what the fuck I was doing, no idea why anything was fucking happening. I wasn't getting what I want and I spiraled. I completely spiraled and I went down a hole of just so many bad highs and like I felt like I was losing my mind a little bit. And um I don't know, randomly one day, oh, my roommate, she had an elf bar. This is where it all started, bitch. Because I think I had like a bad vape to begin with. So I had not like it wasn't that fun, it was just like one of those just black sticks, just boring over it. And I had quit weed because I was having so many bad highs and like um it was horrible and it was scary and I didn't know what the fuck to do and like how to get through this era. And I had tried her vape and I'm like, like I think I get the gig and the gag of it. You know what I mean? Like it was kind of a coming to circle moment where I was like, oh, I get how people get addicted to these because I loved just like going back to it. And I was like, oh, I know in my head, I was like, okay, vaping's not that bad, at least from the knowledge that I had. Vaping's not that bad. And it's better than like literally spiraling every night. So I went ahead, I drove to the smoke shop, got a vape. By the way, don't love smoke shops. I feel like the vibe's always weird. In my opinion, like I love dispensaries. Love dispensaries. Everyone's so fun. Smoke shops, people are fucking assholes. Like I do not understand like why there's such a distinction there, but like everyone I meet at a dispensary is like an angel. Everyone from a smoke shop like wants you dead. I don't know. Like that's just my vibe and what I think about it. So I get a vape, an elf bar, and it quickly just spirals. I'm slowly just like spiraling like down a hole and like because it's like you start and you just I like the flavors and like it would give me kind of like this little head high, so I'd always chase that head high. um and it was just I don't know, like you just start hitting it more. You First you're just not thinking about it. It's kind of like when you're reaching for like gum or something. You're just like, oh, let me hit my vape. Let me chew a piece of gum. But then it starts being like, oh, like, you kind of need to take it with you. Like, imagine this little scrunchie, like, the elf bar is going to be right here because I need it on all times. And then you're starting to do it where in situations that are like not appropriate. And that's where it's like bad and it has a hold on you. And once I got to that point, I had no idea how to get the fuck out of it. Like, I felt like I had such a dependency on this fucking little box. And it made me so fucking mad because I was like, oh my god, I switched from one horrible thing to a completely other horrible thing. And I knew immediately, like, I had been using it regularly for like a month. I knew I had to stop. I knew I had to stop because it had a hold on me and I felt horrible. I would have days where I'd go to work, I had no energy, no energy. By the way, vapes are horrible for eating disorders. I stopped like eating, like in general, because nicotine it'll curb your appetite, and I had no energy, no energy. Like I wasn't eating. I didn't want to eat. Again, I'm in a bad depressive hole, and that already makes you like not hungry. Putting a vape on top of that, horrible, horrible. Um, And the thing about it is, I never really had an issue with anxiety before I started vaping and like weed. But I think, especially vaping, because whenever you don't have it, you're like, where's my vape? And anxiety is going up. So now I have an anxiety problem. Like, literally not kidding. That is where all my anxiety started, is whenever I had this vape. Like, not like regular anxiety, like where it's situations that, make you anxious, but chronic anxiety. Like horrible, horrible. Like, um, I don't know. I don't know if it's just like, oh, like I'm gonna reach for the vape, but it's just like I just started feeling anxious a lot of the times. And I didn't even realize that was like the vapor. Um, Not eating too will make me feel anxious too. But I think it was definitely that vape. Oh my gosh. And I remember I tried so many things to try to quit. I remember I would like hide it. I never like put it in water because I was like, dude, I'm literally just gonna buy another one, but I'm like, maybe if I make it harder for me to get the vape, like I won't use it. I literally, oh my god, this is how I know I got bad. Is like I had like this little cardboard thing and like I put it in this cardboard thing and like duct taped it all around and like threw it at this highest part and I was still fiending for that vape. Like that's horrible. Like I'm literally making like a jigsaw puzzle for me to try to get this vape. Like that's crazy, crazy. And like mind you, like if you think back to like just the start of this video, like where it's just, oh, I'm just trying these flavors, they're fun, and I forget about it. And now I'm literally locking it away in like this little cardboard box, completely duct taped, and I'm fiending for it. Like, it's hard to describe addiction because it's literally until you experience it, you don't fucking understand it. You don't. You think like, oh, people are just like, you know, I don't know. I feel like a lot of adults especially they always say like, oh, like don't try it because you're gonna get hooked or like people did this to themselves, but it's like literally like this can happen to literally anyone doing literally anything. Like there should be absolutely like no shame in like addiction to begin with. Like I don't know. There's no empathy for people who are addicts, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Um, but yeah, basically this vape has like a handle on me. Oh my god, I remember I just like drive and just vape and like I was just so sad. Like it was just not a good era. It was not a good era. Um, but let me go grab this real quick. Okay. So this is the way that I was able to quit. I read this book, Alan Carr, Easy Way to Quit Vaping. And bitch, if you think like, oh, I'm just gonna like forfeit it and like it's gonna, like if you just are kind of in a place where you just feel like you don't have any hope with it, I think this is probably the best thing to go. He literally tells you you can vape all the way through this book. Once you finish the book, you'll take your last. Um, and I know when you're like in that headspace, it's like, well, I don't want to stop. You know what I mean? Um, but I think it really does just teach you like once you remove your desire to vape, realizing that it doesn't do anything for you, um, it's much easier to quit. Because you don't want to do it. I mean, think of like me in the beginning where I try all these little colors. Like I just thought it was fun, just like trying the different things. Um, and then I just go about my life because I didn't have the desire to do it. Um, versus like me on the Elf Bar drowning all my problems in nicotine because I like started to understand why people did it. Um, but yeah, 100%. I haven't vaped. When I started doing this, by the way, I was starting to smoke cigarettes. Like it was getting that bad. Um, but wait, I'm looking for the thought. I'm looking for the thought. Oh, I found the thought. I haven't vaped or smoked in over a year now. Like I finished this book and um someone did kind of say too, and I do kind of agree, like it is a little gimmicky, but if it gets you to quit, and if that's what you want to do, I'm all for this. I'm all for this. Literally go buy a pack of cigarettes and vapes and read this book. And smoke all of them while you're doing it. Like literally like you know what I mean? And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You know, there's other things. But I do think this one is probably the best thing to do. And from what I've read online, most people quit by doing that book. Um, but yeah, I don't think there's too much more to the story. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it probably might be like a bit insightful and important to say because I do think I don't know, I think at least now like it's made me stronger like going through that because it's like um I know what it feels like to feel like something has literal control over you. And it's like you don't even want to be doing it anymore and you're still being controlled by it. Like that's like horrible. I don't want people to feel that way. I don't want myself to feel that way. Um, but you never know what people are going through either. Show some grace. Um, not only to yourself, but others. And vice versa, not only to others, but yourself. Show some grace. Um, but yeah. That's all I had to say today. I hope y'all have a great day. And I'm gonna get mine started. Oh, I'm gonna go on a trip. Okay. I'll see you on the next one. Okay.